This is important. This is boop, boop, boop. What's up, Fin fans? So, like I said, combine time. So today, I think it's like offensive linemen, running back, and specialists, punters, kickers, people that you're like, what? Who would take a kicker in the second round? I'm looking at you, Tampa. Right in the stupid eyes. So, combines today. Today is when the guys really get on the field. They do their thing. You're going to get 2 videos out of me today. Aren't you guys lucky? You're going to get this one now, and then later tonight, probably around like 8 o'clock, I'm going to put my combine video out, kind of just talking about, you know, what happened today, some of the impressive run times, you know, how people did, stuff like that. But right now, some important stuff came out today. One of you guys tweeted something to me, and then I also looked stuff up. I'm going to talk about Brian Flores. He met with Good Morning Football, and then some Juwan James news. But the first thing and the most important thing, and the reason why you clicked on this, because of the title that I put, Xavien Howard. News came out about Xavien Howard. News came out about the potential to re-sign Xavien Howard. Now, Sean tweeted this to me. So then I was like, wow, that's interesting. And then I went on my Twitter, scrolling through my Twitter. That's why I look half awake, because I am half awake. I woke up and I was like, crap, I need to make a video ASAP. Scrolling through my Twitter, Barry Jackson came out with an article about this. So I was like, this is something that needs to be talked about. So I'm going to talk about it. So essentially, the Miami Dolphins this past week, well, so far since they've been at the Combine, have met with Xavien Howard's agent. And they said they wanted to keep him. Obviously, that's why wouldn't you want to keep him? But they said they wanted to keep him. They also said that they see him as a vital part of the team and the future, which is amazing to hear. So not only do they want to keep him, but they want to sign him, but they also understand that it's going to cost about $13 to $15 million a year to keep Xavien Howard as a top paid corner. Because if you look at the cornerback from the Washington Redskins, Josh Norman, he's getting a pretty penny for being on the Redskins and being one of the top corners. So the Dolphins understand that it's going to cost them a good amount of money to keep Xavien Howard. A lot of you guys understand it's going to cost a lot of money to keep Xavien Howard, and a lot of you guys don't want to, because you see this as a rebuilding team, so what's the point in paying him? And you also see that he was injured the past 2 years. The Dolphins said to Xavien Howard's agent and Xavien Howard's people, essentially, he's a top priority. They want to re-sign him. They want to keep him on the team. But there's other needs right now that need to get taken care of. Draft, free agency, and some other signings that are potentially gone this year, or people that need to be cut this year, or people that need to be restructured this year. Xavien Howard is important, but he's not dire, because we will have him next year and we could franchise tag him. But they said this summer is when they're going to start talking to Xavien Howard and going to start talking to the agents again about signing him to a long-term contract. But they also said that they don't want to lose him for nothing. So if they can't sign him, if they can't get a contract done, they will have the potential to, you know, franchise tag him. But then also, if they can't do anything, they're not going to get nothing for him. Essentially, they'll trade him. That's the news that came out about Xavien Howard. My take and what I would do, Doug GM would do, I would sign Xavien Howard, right? But I would make all the money he wants incentives. I would inform his agents, look, he's been injured. The past 2 years, he couldn't play a full 16-game season because he's been injured. We will give him the money if he plays full 16 games. If he doesn't play full 16 games, then we won't give him all his money. I would put an injury clause in his contract, and I would also put a game incentive clause in his contract, that if he wants his $13 to $15 million, he needs to play 16 games. He needs to perform. He needs to not all of a sudden, because he got his money, stop playing the way he's been playing. 7 interceptions last year was leading the league. The way his quarterback rating when they threw at him was top 5. He's a great corner. He deserves to be paid as a great corner, and he deserves to stay on this team. But I'm not throwing money at him. I'm not be like, yeah, 15 million, here you go. Here you go. We'll make it 13 million guaranteed, whatever you want. Here we go. No, you gotta be smart. Okay, we'll sign you for 4 years. We'll give you your 13 to 15 million, but incentives, like I said. Injuries, workout time, games played, playoffs. Like, we start seeing this stuff out of you, that's when you start getting your money. That's what I would do. Just because then you don't have to worry about, okay, well, he keeps getting injured, what we're stuck with him. Kind of like a Rashad Jones situation. Not saying Rashad Jones we're stuck with, and not saying that we want to cut him or anything, but I'm saying that, say Rashad Jones was injury prone, he played like shit the last 2 years. We're stuck with him. 11 million guaranteed in dead cap money. We're stuck with him. Xavien Howard's contract situation, I would word it differently. I'd have him get his money, but he has to earn his money. See what I'm saying, guys? So that's the Xavien Howard situation. Now, Ja'Wuan James, again, there's the talks. The Dolphins want to sign him. They said that Adam Gase didn't want him, thought he was okay. This team likes him, likes what they see, wants to sign him. But it all comes down to the money. Money, money, money. Same thing with Xavien Howard. Same thing I do with Ja'Wuan James. Incentives. Games played. He also was injured. Games played, injury, and then having clauses to get out of it if he starts to play like ass because he got his money. I know the players want to be fully guaranteed, and I know the players want to have contracts fully guaranteed, and sometimes they do deserve it. If you have no history of injury, if you have no history of that stuff, sometimes you do deserve it, but also the team has to look after themselves, and I would be like, okay, yeah, I'll give you your money, but I'm putting an injury clause in there, that if you do get injured or you start to play down because you got your money, I want to be able to cut you. Because you're now not playing to your top potential. You're now taking it easy because you got your money. I don't want you on the team. And speaking of that, speaking of not wanting people on the team that don't fight and don't show their heart, Brian Flores was on GFMB, Good Morning Football, on the NFL Network, and he had an interview. And some of the things he said in there were very cliche. I know the video I put out about what him and Chris Greer said at their press conference on I think it was day 1 or day 2 of the combine. Like, guys were like, this was cliche stuff. He said some cliche stuff. He wants a tough physical team, good players. You know, he wants a good heart on the team. You know, this, that, usual stuff. Brought up the quarterback situation. The guy interviewing him, I forgot his name, said, you know, Ryan Tannehill, this, and that. Who do you see playing quarterback? He says, easy position. Every position's important. Kicker, punter, water boy, this, that. Again, cliche. He says they're in the process of evaluating the team. Again, cliche. And the best interest for the team is what he said, is to win. So he didn't answer the question. And the reason why he didn't answer the question is he doesn't want to talk about Ryan Tannehill not being on the team. Doesn't want to talk about Ryan Tannehill not making the team. Cuts, this, and that, because then you can't trade him. You can't get the best for him, because then teams are like, you're not going to keep him. Why am I going to give you something? So there's that. He said they asked him about Bill Belichick, and they said that Bill Belichick, a lot of people that the players they talked about, they said Bill Belichick, the one thing that they can associate with him is jokes. Jokes? Bill Belichick, this guy right here, jokes. Jokes? So they said to him, what can we associate with you? What's the one thing that we can associate with Brian Flores? And he said humility. He said he wants a group of people, he wants a group of guys that don't have egos, that are team players. He wants humility. He wants a group of, you know, together people. Now, I know a lot of you guys are like, you know, that's cliche. It is very cliche for them to say. But if you've noticed in the past with this Dolphins team, we had Ndamukong Suh. He was a me player. He did what he wanted when he wanted. He wouldn't hit the right gaps. He would freelance a lot. This team always had a tendency to get those free agents and get those players that were great, but didn't give a crap about anyone else. They wanted to play for themselves. They wanted to do their own thing. They didn't give a crap. So that's what happened. A lot of times we get freelancing. A lot of times we get them being like, this team sucks. I'm not trying anymore. What's the point of me putting my body on the line? And that's what Brian Flores is trying to avoid. If you look at the Patriots, they never had, now I know what you guys are going to say, but just let me finish what I got to say. They never had egos on their team. Now, Randy Moss, you know, there's people that they've signed that you're like, Doug, they had egos, but did you see what Bill Belichick did? Did you see what Bill Belichick did with those players that had egos? He took them and he shut them down. You're on the team, you're working for the team. If not, I have no problem sending you away. Chad Johnson. I have no problem, Chandler Jones. You're gone. I will trade all my best players away if you're not a team player. And I feel like that's what Brian Flores is trying to do. You know, Bill Belichick apparently is considered to be jokey, but Brian Flores wants humility. And then I want to say one last thing before I get to your guys' comment of the day. And that is that there's this tweet that, now this happens every offseason, that the Dolphins are, you know, top candidate for this person or that person. It's always the hot person. It's always the quarterback, the wide receiver, the running back. It's always the hot person. This time, this one makes sense where it's Dolphins are top candidate and top landing spot for Trey Flowers. Now, I put that in my free agency video, which I'm probably going to update before the 13th. So maybe next week I'll update it. Who I want, who I don't want, see if there's more people out there, you know, all that stuff. But Trey Flowers apparently is our top landing spot, which it just makes sense with Brian Flores and pretty much a good amount of the Patriot coordinators on the team. But again, it depends on the money. I even tweeted that out. I'm not overpaying him. I'm not throwing ridiculous money at him. He was good. Is he great? Is he top? But he's really good and really solid at his position. He also could do a DN, DT, depending on what hybrid the Dolphins defense is running. So that's why I want him, also the familiarity and all that stuff. But again, I'm not breaking the bank for him. But that is all the news I got for you today. Again, later tonight, be sure to hit that bell. You gotta keep that bell on, guys. Because tonight I'm putting another video out. So be aware. You're gonna get another Combine video out tonight. Comment below, let me know what you guys think about the Xavien Howard situation, about what the news coming out about the Dolphins meeting with Xavien Howard's people and all that stuff. Let me know what you think about Juwan James, the potential to re-sign him. Let me know what you guys think about what Brian Flores had to say about humility, besides the other cliche stuff. Let me know what you guys think about potentially getting Trey Flowers, but again, not overpaying and not overpaying. Let me know what you guys think about my breakdown of what I would give contracts for Xavien Howard and Juwan James. But let's get to your guys' comment of the day. And this one comes from Mark Fowler. And he says to me, we may get lucky and a top lineman may be available in the first round. If so, the Dolphins should draft him. I agree, Mark, wholeheartedly. And I like the way you broke that down, because a lot of people might take these quarterbacks, you know, Kyler Murray and Hoskins. There's even talks of the Redskins maybe trying to move up to get one of them because they desperately need a quarterback. So there is a potential that quarterbacks or players that shouldn't be going in the top 13 might go, which then might push offensive linemen and defensive linemen down to us. Now, the Dolphins met with Florida right tackle Taylor on Tuesday. So they are doing their due diligence, meeting offense and defensive linemen. Now, I know I told you guys that I'm going to be making the prospects video. I got a while till the draft starts, so I'm still going to do it. The next one's probably going to be defensive line, but a lot of news comes out, so I got to get all this stuff to you. But follow me on Twitter. I tweet out all this stuff first. I tweet out some of the stuff that I don't talk about because I've already kind of talked about it, but it's just fortified and reiterated with facts in Twitter. So be sure to go follow me on Twitter. Follow me, Second Chill the Bit Boys. Go over there. A lot of you guys have went over and subscribed. We're almost at 400 subscribers. If you guys can help us get to 400 subscribers, that mean a lot to me. Only if you like what you see. I'm not one of those people who will tell you guys to go over and subscribe and beg you to help me break a subscription total because I would need you to. I don't want. If you guys don't like it, don't feel the need to subscribe. It's the same thing with this channel, right? I tell you guys to give this a thumbs up. Give it a thumbs up. Give you guys a reason to give this a thumbs up. To me, I like what I'm hearing. I like what I'm seeing. I like the fact that Xavien Howard, they're moving forward with it and they're trying. So give this video a thumbs up for that. If you like Xavien Howard, also give this thumbs up because it lets me know that you like the content I'm doing. It also lets me know to keep doing what I'm doing. But I'm not that type of YouTuber who, as soon as the video starts, tells you to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that bell. Why would I tell you to subscribe and hit the bell and do all that stuff at the beginning of the video when you haven't even watched it yet, and you might hate what I'm about to do / say. It's just, I'm not that type of YouTuber. So especially when it came to my gaming channel, if you don't like it, if you're not into gaming, you don't even have to go check it out. But if you know somebody that's into gaming, tell them to check it out. But here at the end, after hearing everything you heard from me and seeing what I do, and if you've been here forever, you'll know what I can do and what I've planned. Hit the thumbs up and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. You guys know what I got planned. I got a ton of videos planned. Like I said, tonight, there's gonna be a combine video out. Tomorrow, I'm gonna do another combine. I'm gonna break each position. You're gonna get a day of me talking about the combine. So be sure to subscribe. I will see you guys later tonight, probably around like 8, 9 o'clock. I gotta shoot the video, then I gotta edit like this. So be sure to subscribe, hit that bell so you can see the video coming out tonight. I'll see you tonight, but like usual, stay classy, things up.